MMA Maniacs, away we go. Another week, another episode of Split Decision, your weekly MMA podcast, brought to you from the Ruloff Family Inc. studios. Bueller and Dodge at the mics, going to give you some news today, and that's pretty much the rundown. Big thanks to Fight Fans Radio Network, of course, for getting us out there on their Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud, as well as our very own Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Please look us up, Split Decision MMA. You can find us on Facebook under the same name, as well as our official website, which is splitdecisionmma.com. Our Twitter and Instagram, SD_MMA. And with all that said and done, Dodge, what is happening?
We got some big news. Big news.
Can I just start off by saying, like, people who listen to the podcast probably don't even really give a damn, but my real job is in radio, and I hate April Fool's Day. I really, really hate April Fool's Day.
Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey will fight at UFC 175.
I'm looking forward to this fight.
Is this for real?
You got to hear the stipulations.
The stipulations. First of all, Dana White has come out and said this is a huge moment for the UFC, especially in women's MMA.
Yeah.
We feel like this could be the most watched fight in UFC ever.
I think it's a very...
With the stipulations that are here,
right.
it's definitely hands down.
Like Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, without a doubt, is going to pull some views in for sure.
Not only is this, it wasn't enough, it also was announced that the two are going to square off in the first ever bikinis only Jello MMA match.
I'm in. I'm in.
And they've already received approval for the NSAC.
I'm in. Is it green jelly?
Don't know.
It's got to be green or orange.
Just saying.
Can't be red.
Kaiser's behind it. He says, we're very excited to help the UFC usher this new breed of combat sports. They look forward to a new exciting kind of MMA for fans of all ages and backgrounds that everyone can get behind.
I'm all over it. I would pay top dollar for this.
So again, this was April Fool's.
I would get this. I would get this in this fight alone.
4 days late.
4 days late.
4 days late. We're reporting just to let you know that this fight is.
I'd get this fight on HD. I would pay $60 for just this one fight.
Yeah.
And none of you would be allowed over my house to watch it with me.
Albert texted me. He's got Gina Carano by Fat Roll Smother.
Fat Roll Smother. I got Gina Carano by Double Fisted Ice Cream.
Wow. Whoa. Good thing you added ice cream.
Yeah, because you just jack pay-per-view price up about $5.95.
Then you got to buy some
Double Fisted
entertainment. That's when you got to buy a subscription, though. That's $12.95 a month.
I would hella buy Fight Pass then.
Yeah, dude.
Without a doubt.
Lifetime subscription.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They just put that on Brazers. Sold.
What is this Brazers that you speak of?
I have no idea what you're
Hey, equality. I'm just saying, if guys have to fight topless, so do women.
Jake Ellenberger and Tarek Saffiedine were supposed to be fighting at UFC Fight Night Singapore in January. They were supposed to happen. This didn't happen. And so the fight got rescheduled for UFC 172, which is coming up in 2 weeks.
All right.
However, Saffiedine is now injured. First time it was Ellenberger. Now Saffiedine's injured. So after he has been getting pulled out of this fight, the UFC has announced that Robbie Lawler will be replacing Tariq Saffiedine and fighting Jake Ellenberger at UFC 173 May 24th.
With 2 weeks' notice, huh? Is that what you said?
No.
Oh, so they rescheduled the fight.
They rescheduled the fight to May 24th.
This was supposed to happen in 2 weeks.
This was supposed to happen in 2 weeks.
I understand. Okay.
So now, Robbie Lawler going up against Jake Ellenberger. What do you think?
I feel bad for Jake Ellenberger.
The guy can hit hard too, man. He's got heavy hands.
So does Hendricks, and Hendricks couldn't really do anything to Lawler.
True.
Yeah.
Hendricks has heavier hands, I would say, than Ellenberger, and Lawler came out of that looking like a fresh quarter. I have no idea. I don't have any analogies on that at all.
Fresh quarters do you look at like all the time? That's your analogy.
Like a shiny quiet. I don't know. look at this is why I'm not a color commentator, man.
That would be his only go-to.
Yeah.
He's like the guy. Yeah,
who's fresh quarters.
Who's the football guy? Is always like down like a blackjack pine. I was like, I've never even seen a blackjack pine.
It's because they're always down.
Exactly.
So another fight has been announced. This is going to be going down May 31st. This is going to be on Fight Pass. You got CB Dalloway coming off his most recent win is now going to co-main event UFC Fight Night Berlin up against Francis Carmont.
Interesting.
What do you think of that fight?
Well, I mean, like we said about Dalloway before his last fight, I mean, the guy is a roller coaster. You never know which way he's going to go. He looked fantastic in his last fight, so good for him. But are we coming to this next?
Yeah.
But is he a co-main event status now? Because he racked
on
up...
Fight Pass? Of course he is.
Oh, Fight Pass. I'm sorry. I got to start paying more attention to what you say. I'm getting distracted by shiny quarters over here.
I might even give him main event status on a Fight Pass.
On a Fight Pass.
After that knockout. I mean,
we got to make the meme. If a knockout happens on Fight Pass, does anybody hear it?
I do when it becomes a gift thanks to Zombie Prophet.
Oh, my God. All right.
So this is a little bit more news. We talked about that.
This is a pretty big deal.
Chris Cyborg Justino Sorry, she changed her name. That's right. Justino had a Muay Thai kickboxing match.
In Brazil, when they change their names, they just get a Sharpie and write over it on their license or whatever.
I would assume, yeah.
Do they actually
It's
have,
still legal.
Do they have a law office down there where they do that?
Do they have law offices in general down there? Come on.
Does it get filed by a goat and a pig?
I think you got to get both stamps. The chicken's got to punch it, though. So this happened down in Lion Fight 14 inside the Joint Hard Rock Casino in Las Vegas. This was on Access TV. Again, this was only a Muay Thai kickboxing match. And she fought Juliana Bars. And Juliana Bars, who is 35-0, undefeated, continued to become undefeated and just destroyed Cyborg Santos in
sounds
Muay Thai.
like a great idea. I want to go fight somebody who's 35-0 in Muay Thai. I've had 3 Muay Thai fights my entire life. Sounds like a great plan.
Right, especially when it's a girl who has the same status in her sport as Cyborg has in her sport, where no other woman really wants to fight her.
Now, we'll give it to Cyborg. She showed tremendous heart. She did not get finished. She lost decision. It was 49-45, 48-45, and 49-44.
Look, just because the battery keep running doesn't mean the toy's not broken, dude.
Yeah,
Because her
right
shit
there.
was out, dude.
That's a KTFO right there.
Yeah. If Herb Dean was there, that fight was over.
Oh shit.
It was Muay Thai, though. She came out bull rushing like she normally does, and then realized she couldn't do that with a Muay Thai professional.
I loved seeing this. I do like the first GIF you have up there where she scrambles for an ankle real quick.
And then she's like, "You're not allowed to do that."
Yeah.
How tall is Bars?
I got it.
Don't got it.
What is she, like 6'3"?
Oh my god. Is that blood or is it just her mouth guard?
No, that's blood.
She got handled, and that's pretty impressive.
So do you think this diminishes her stock a little bit, trying to get into the UFC and go up against Ronda Rousey as a title holder?
For people like us, it does.
For
people,
us?
For people like us, it does. For people who don't know anything about Cyborg fighting in this, it doesn't matter. And realistically, if you look at the masses of fans that watch super casually, they don't even know this happened.
But do you feel, again, do you personally feel, I mean, I yes and no in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, it does make a difference, but you're going against someone who is the top of their sport. That'd be like a random boxer coming in and trying to fight Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Put Floyd Mayweather into the UFC, and you're going to say that he's going to dominate?
No, of course not. I would never say that.
Put him against the champion, you know what I mean? That's my thing. Is yes, it does look bad. It does diminish her stock. Dana White's definitely going to use this against her. I mean, he already got rid of Tito, so that's not that bad. But now he's going to say, well, look, she got beat up by,
well, I guess on
this random girl.
Yeah, I guess on the flip side of my point too. At the same time, with the casual fans that do find out about this, they're not going to realize, this isn't MMA. This is just kickboxing,
Right.
And Cyborg is not just a kickboxer.
But to me, this showed that she's human. She might not be fully cyborg. Just saying.
She kept going, dude.
She had the emotions to give the thumbs up, like Terminator. You know what I mean? She's like she's obtaining human emotions.
There's just
her
so many
T100,
things,
programming is starting to fail.
There's so many things against her. I mean, she's the champ in her sport. She's got her by what, 6-8 inches of reach?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really that much?
Dude, do you see how tall she is?
I'm short, so everybody looks tall.
So we also had Metamorphosis 3 go on. This is the Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know what you want to call it.
This is where they go to submission.
It's supposed to be submission only. No judges, but this one went to a draw. So they broke their own rules.
Of course they did.
This was a rematch for Hoyer Gracie going up against Eddie Bravo. And that happened in Abu Dhabi. They finally came back. They invited him to do this. And from what everybody is saying online, except for the Gracies, Eddie Bravo dominated this entire thing.
That's what I've been hearing, through the schools and stuff.
All the schools are saying Eddie Bravo, hands down, dominated.
Right.
Now,
got him in a wishbone there. Ooh, man.
Well, you have to see. I like these
that
things.
doesn't look fun at all.
He got him in quarter guard. He had lockdown, electric chair, and vaporizer. Of course, those are all Eddie Bravo terms.
Of course they are. That's just...
I think he was going to get him in like hobo stabs insurance move next, and then possibly quarter-pound weed sack was coming up right after that.
No, he's got inverted dime bag right here.
Yeah.
And
I thought that was Red Eye Surprise.
And he's going to roll over. No, this is he's going for a carb choke. There.
No. See, you got confused. That right there was the no carb bong rip.
I thought it was carb choke. You almost had him right there.
Yeah. And there's checking the oil.
Whoa.
That is pretty much across the board. Everybody knows what checking
That's
the
the
oil
dipstick,
is.
and there you go.
There you go.
Interesting.
And apparently he's a quart low.
Well, because didn't it come out also like right before April Fool's Day, like right before midnight on April Fool's Day, that we're going to fight each other in the UFC? Thought I saw that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But what had happened is, so after this, what happened was, after this match, Eddie Bravo decided to start puking in the back dressing room area because of all his adrenaline and decided to dump out.
Nice.
It
Number
happens.
one.
It happens.
Then Hoist Gracie came up to him and said, "You're puking because my nephew beat you."
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Hoist Gracie was going to fight.
Hoist
Yeah,
Gracie
shit talking.
then says, "I'm glad you're no longer that you came and did this because you've been disrespecting my family all these years." Even though Eddie Bravo stoutly says, "Absolutely not. I've always given you guys respect. It's even in my first book. I can show you my first book. I've always given you guys respect." And then Hoist said, "Stop pointing at me. I will fight you anytime, anywhere, Valtude style."
He was mad.
So then that's what came out.
You mad, bro?
And straight told him, "I will fight you in an MMA Valtudo match." And Eddie Bravo was like, "I just trained jiu-jitsu, dude. I don't even train MMA." Like,
I'd fight Hoist Gracie in a Valley Tudo match.
I train UFC, bro.
Hoist Gracie's Mr. Glass, dude. Are you kidding me right now? The guy won one tournament and then ended up breaking his hand in every other one and couldn't finish him. Like, Hoist Gracie is the definition of why tournament style doesn't work.
yeah. So this was a 20-minute jiu-jitsu match, by the way.
That.
And I just like that they said that, only win by a submission, except there wasn't a submission this time, so it was a draw.
Because they were like, wow, the Americans are right. This is hella boring.
Nobody ever says the Americans are right. Ever.
Some Brazilian guy stands up in the back. He's like, boom! Stand him up!
So since Anderson Silva is not going to be competing this year, he is studying at the Los Angeles School of Police.
Is that legal?
I don't know. I don't even know. This, again, came out April 1st.
Shaq was a cop, so...
This is true.
Shaq's a citizen.
It's something that he wants to do.
You're under arrest.
He's not going into the LAPD, but he's just going to take
Stop resisting.
the courses.
We have to
Dude,
go
if
down.
Shaq came up to me and told me to stop resisting, I wouldn't even think about it. Like, the dude's ginormous.
If he even touched me, I'd flail like a fish.
Yeah. Flop like LeBron.
Yeah. Exactly.
Brutality, look how big he is.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Why? What are you going to do back there?
You're only going to feel a little bit of pressure. Then you'll be fine. Just relax.
Your skin looks like it needs moisturizer.
I like that they show those commercials. He has the the back pain like sticker
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, that's not his back because his back is like this. You're gonna need one the size of a newspaper opened up sideways to put on his back. It's not gonna fit the one that's like this big that comes out of the package.
Like one of those billboard guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, putting it up with the sheet.
His housekeeper irons his shit on the driveway.
That's what it is.
On the
Has to.
driveway.
Has to. Absolutely.
I don't know what you were doing there, but that didn't look like.
That didn't look like irony.
What kind of iron do you have?
No, it doesn't
you
matter.
use
It's the
two
same thing. I was
hands?
getting the wrinkles out of it. Don't worry about it.
So one contestant is not going to the Ultimate Fighter.
This pisses me off.
Paige VanZant, and she's not going because she's only 20.
So
You have to be 21 to go on the Ultimate Fighter because they give those girls alcohol, and that's going to make for a good show.
Jesus juice.
And because she's only 20, she's going to immediately get a shot at the UFC and has got a contract. So Paige VanZant will be fighting for the UFC without having to go to the Ultimate Fighter 20. Unfortunately, she will not be able to compete for the belt right away because that's what the whole tournament is.
Is she the one that makes her own outfits?
No, that's Felice Herring.
I'm sorry. I'm getting confused.
Just for you, we will show you Paige
Don't bring it
VanZant.
up. I'll get lost.
You will.
No, not that picture, because that right there is like, really?
This one?
That one's much better. Oh, is it bad to say she has a balls and all mouth? Because
Yeah,
the big Muppet jaw.
that is like a 5-baller right there.
Balls and all.
The views expressed by the Ruloff brothers aren't exactly the views expressed by a split decision.
So good for Paige VanZant?
Yeah.
So wait a second. Is Dodgers with the pennies the only ones that matter when it comes to split decision? Because my shit ain't endorsed by this show either.
That's what I'm saying. Dodge has the only true facts.
In front of me at the moment.
So what's this?
This is Chris Chope and his ex-wife, or excuse me, Will Chope and his
I
ex-wife.
see, and I thought this was a joke on April Fool's Day too.
Nope. They both put out a video expressing...
Did he have a gun to her back?
No, not that you can see. Asking asking the UFC to reconsider his release. He's going to be over fighting in some of the Asian MMA markets, but he basically, remember, he was released because he got busted in the Air Force for beating his wife.
All right.
Both of them say that these reports were exaggerated and not true.
Then why'd she call the cops?
Do they have kids?
I don't know.
Because if they have kids, then that's what this whole thing's about.
He
Because
said this is
if
how the
he's
court-
released by the UFC, his child support's going to go down.
This is how the court system works. He says he had to play their game. He took the deal basically so he didn't have to do 2 years in prison. He'd only have to do 5 months in jail.
If you're innocent, how are you going to do jail time?
Floyd Mayweather did 5 hours for beating a bitch's ass. How is he going to get 2 years?
Because he's not Floyd Mayweather and doesn't have Floyd Mayweather's money.
So obviously he did something.
So
And
both of them are asking for him to get re-signed with the UFC.
I want to see both of his hands in this
Look,
video.
she looks scared.
Yeah, I want to see both of his hands in the video. Like, prove to me that you're not holding a knife to her thigh right now.
She's like, really, Dana, please? Please? I want out of this room.
What you don't see at the end of this video is that you have 24 hours to comply. That's the part the UFC didn't release.
I like this. Diego Sanchez has recently come out and said that he doesn't believe he's been hit very hard.
Oh, my
See,
God.
I thought this
Does
was
that
April
look
Fool's
like
too. I thought this was
he
April
hasn't
Fool's
been hit
too.
hard?
Hey,
Does that look like he hasn't been hit hard?
just to make that statement proves he's been really hit hard.
Yeah. He says, to be honest, I don't feel I've ever been hit very hard. I think when I was fighting at 70, I took a couple hard hits, and of course BJ hit me hard. But aside from that, I think it's just more cuts than anything. It's not like I'm taking a lot of damage. He says, I've never felt foggy after a fight. I've never had a concussion in a fight, and I've never been knocked out.
Well, I mean, if he's literally never had a concussion,
Which is a lie.
is it? He's been
Look at him.
suspended for concussions. Well, they would have to evaluate with a cut like that. He's going to the hospital. And getting
everything
evaluated.
we've been. I mean, it takes a certain thing for them to do the investigation on a concussion. So if those signs don't come about, they don't do the check.
Well, all
I
right.
gotta believe this guy's had a concussion.
Yep. Just the BJ fight.
Yeah, hands down.
At least in the BJ fight.
Let's all be realistic here, though. Diego's always been stupid, so it's kind of hard to tell if he's showing signs of a concussion or not.
It's like that whole Varsity Blues
I
thing.
was
How many
gonna say,
fingers am I
yes.
holding up? How many fingers am I holding up, Billy Bob?
No, it's got to be true or false.
3? Billy Bob, this man's holding up some fingers. True or false? True?
Thinking the exact.
All right, he's fine. He's fine.
He even says it with a question.
Yeah. True? My favorite thing is playing the drinking game of Varsity Blues, and you drink every time Billy Bob blacks out. You get blackout drunk watching that movie. I'm telling you right.
Oh my god! I thought it was going to say drink every time Tweeter drinks.
You do too.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hell no.
Or what if you have to pop a Vicodin every time you
Found dead in the gutter today.
Aaron
So
White.
a new breed of MMA has come a turn. This is not an April Fool's joke, and this is not Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey going to be competed, but we have the LFC, the Lingerie Fighting Championships. Their first ever match will be leather versus lace.
I'm in.
You can get this
I'm
on
in.
pay-per-view.
I'm in. Sign me up.
I will show you the quick little...
I'm in. This is like Ultimate Surrender, but I don't have to hide in my basement to watch it. Awesome. I like
Okay,
that.
all I'd like to point out is at the very end when the girl's punching the
She's
girl.
not punching her.
No, I know. And
I was disappointed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for it, though.
Can we get some more of this? These girls are absolutely terrible at fighting, but I don't even care.
Yeah.
Just pour some syrup on them.
Watch right here.
Stop. You're hitting her too much.
It wasn't even hitting her.
No.
Don't care. Sign me up.
April 11th.
That's fine. I will be the official commentator for LF, whatever the fuck it is. LFC.
So what other lingerie styles do you think we can get in here? I mean, we have leather versus lace. That's a pretty good start.
Latex versus lace.
Fishnet. Latex versus fishnet.
Fishnet.
Yeah. Just pantyhose
Nothing.
suits. Yeah, just nothing.
It's got to be at least pasties.
Paint.
I want someone
Paint.
I
I like
want
paint.
someone to show up like they did in the
Edible.
edible
Foam.
no, like the dodgeball, like
Bubbles.
The gimp suit.
Yeah.
When you must be
That's
daddy.
leather.
Yeah, you must be daddy.
That's-
but I want full on gimp suit.
That's leather.
not just a leather G
Corset.
string. I'm talking like I want the horse bit in the mouth and everything.
Let's go old school. A doily match. They just wear doilies.
It's fine with me. What if they show up like a furry, just dressed as a giant fucking
So
Smurf?
how many bad MMA knockoffs are we going to see? We had the shock fights. We've had the bare
have
knuckle
everything,
fights.
man.
We had the X-arm fights where it was like an arm wrestling match where you MMA at the same time.
Right.
That was awesome. What about was it battle chess? What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Where you had to fight and then play around a chess.
Sando. There was Sando, right?
Hey, we have reached the bottom when we get to MMA Amish.
I think it's out there.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's out there.
Amish
Isn't that
MMA.
what that Amish gangster TV show's about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
It's almost as good as the biker gangster show, right? It's on the same channel.
I want tag team MMA, but with animal partners.
Oh, so they already have tag team MMA.
No, I want animal partners.
Animal partners. All right.
Like go back and fucking tag a kangaroo. And then he
That's
gets to
it,
go.
dude. We're gonna keep pushing this kangaroo shit
Yeah.
until we get somebody to fight a kangaroo.
I'm sure we can build some sort of octagon out at the bin.
Oh, God, that's a terrible idea. I see federal prison in our future.
Yeah, you do not get to talk to Ryan Luna.
Yeah, I get to talk to Ryan. Got this idea, man.
He already told me he wants to host fights out there.
Yeah, I know.
It's my birthday coming up. Just saying. We got a water slide. We're taking it up a notch.
We're gonna have tag team animal fights at the Looney Bin for Dodge's birthday. Is that the plan?
It is for my amusement.
Where am I gonna get a tiger then? Yeah, and Dodge is sitting in a throne, do the gladiator stuff.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
I've been waiting for this story.
Anthony Pettis is already not necessarily looking past Gilbert Melendez,
No, he
his
is.
coach.
He thinks he's just gonna walk all over Melendez.
He's not looking past his opponent coach for the Ultimate Fighter 20. He's saying he just wants Nate Diaz next. He says we have some history. He's talked a lot about me in the media. He's mentioned my name a lot. The fans wanted to see this fight. He talks too much. Basically, it's going to be a good fight. He wants to make it the number one.
It's difficult when you take on the four horsemen, though. Really,
Yeah.
When you go after the Diaz brothers, Melendez, and Jake Shields, like it usually doesn't work out well for you.
How long has it been since Pettis fought?
No, he was supposed to fight in Sacramento when I was up there. That was October, and he didn't because he had to pull out due to
Right.
injury.
And since then, Melendez has had 3 fights.
Two fights. at
fights.
2
least.
fights, yeah.
That's fine. Let him have it. But usually when you go after those 4 guys and you go after that camp and you start calling them all out, then you get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Little side note on the Diaz brothers. I just remember.
Did they show up at the studio to kill you?
No, not yet. That'll probably happen someday though. I didn't know they're hunters.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea they're hunters. Them and a couple guys from their camp as well as Uriah Faber are all going pig hunting this weekend. Yeah.
That
Really?
doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan's the new coach of Alpha Male. Because he's putting all kinds of stuff on his Instagram about he caught his own he caught, tracked, cooked his own wild boar, and it's like he's loving it.
Really?
Joe Rogan, yeah. He's like gotten huge into it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because they're actually disgusting to eat, bro.
wild boar.
Yeah, it's real.
He said it was
The
delicious.
sausages Brent made were pretty good.
but that's
He
because
said it was the best meat he's ever
sausages
had.
and
He smoked it.
the beef sticks, they add so much to them.
I need to know beef stick.
Yeah. Hang around after the show.
Talking to my microphone.
175 going down in Las Vegas has a new fight in the works. It's not 100% signed yet, but they are saying that this will be the big fight. It will be Dan Henderson going up against Daniel Cormier.
Awesome.
This will also be for a title contendership spot. Now, mind you, Gustafson has the next spot. He faces the winner of John Jones, Glover Teixeira, which is supposed to happen in 2 weeks. But Dan Henderson or Daniel Cormier will fight the winner of whatever that bout is.
Right.
Awesome.
So, who do you think on this one? I mean, both these guys are Olympic wrestlers. You have Greco-Roman up against freestyle. Both guys are 2 times Olympians. Obviously, Dan Henderson's got a lot more experience. What do you think?
I think if Henderson brings up him crying, it's over.
Well, judging by I guess it's kind of hard going off for the last 2 fights,
Right?
You know, Henderson is just—he's an unstoppable force, dude. I mean, the guy was done.
No, you can't say unstoppable because he was actually out twice in his last fight.
But he still kept coming back.
I know.
And
He did get stopped by Vitor.
Yeah.
and he knocked the shit out of Shogun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier to this point has not been stopped yet, right? So I mean, it's a tough call. I mean, Henderson has age, but he also has the experience. And I mean, I would have to venture to say that Dan Henderson is technically, on paper, a better wrestler than Daniel Cormier, right?
I don't know. I mean, that's been a big thing for years. What's better, Greco-Roman or freestyle wrestling?
I have no idea. I have no opinion on that.
Because it's always been up to the wrestler.
Yeah.
It's who's doing the practice, who's the practitioner.
Well, you got two-time Olympians. Who do you think in a wrestling match who would win that fight?
I'm gonna go with Cormier.
Yeah.
Just because he's fresher.
Well,
fighter.
I just think his stamina is going to be there, and I honestly believe he's stronger than Henderson.
Oh, all right.
That's not a bad assessment at all.
Now,
I mean,
punching
'cause
power. Just give it to
Now,
Henderson?
now that's the thing. I don't know if Cormier could take a direct punch like that.
Yeah.
No one can take an H bomb.
Diego
Obviously, I mean-
Sanchez.
It's just because he's never been hit that
knocked
hard.
out.
Never knocked out. Let's put this to the test.
So we got Sonnen and Wand again, huh?
Yeah, so a little more drama coming down for the May 31st fight. This is the Ultimate Fighter Brazil coaches, Chael Sonnen and Vanderlei Silva. Chael Sonnen is worried. He thinks that Vanderlei is going to pull out of the fight.
Yeah, we read between the lines on this 2 episodes ago. We even said, what's the actual possibility of this happening? It doesn't even look like it's going to happen now.
Because he's not even close to making weight. They keep pushing the fight back. They don't have a set date on it yet.
No, they do have a set date. The set date is May 31st. They have signed the contract finally.
No, he's still gonna he's not gonna make weight by then. No, he's gonna walk out of this fight, dude. And like I was gonna say the same thing of Dennison. We called this 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
So if he actually does show up for this fight, I think we'll all be pretty impressed.
Yeah, Chael Sonnen is pretty worried. Do you think they'd put somebody in there to fight Chael Sonnen in case Van walks, or are they gonna just postpone the fight?
Well,
is this gonna end up like the whole Matt Hughes against Matt Serra thing, where it takes like 6 months and then nobody gives a shit?
The problem with putting somebody in there if Juan pulls out is that Chael Sonnen is the guy they usually put in there if somebody pulls out. So
he's gonna fight himself.
He's gonna have to fight himself, like that Van Damme movie where there's 2 of them.
Do we know how this season's Tough is doing?
The Ultimate Fighter Nations,
yeah,
the current one that's on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah,
we have the guy who got his jaw broken, not this last episode, but the episode before.
Ago. That was brutal.
It was pretty brutal.
But I mean, do we know ratings?
No.
Is it getting any better? Is it getting worse? Or?
I don't. They get to get out of that gym quite a bit in that house. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah,
they're going on like vacation. They're getting to go to the snow. They had their coaches challenge last week where they did a bunch of hunting trials. They threw an axe. They shot a crossbow, and then they had to saw a log.
So they're doing a lot of stuff to fill time.
Yeah. But I mean, literally, like
I'm gonna need to saw a log after this show.
They get to leave. They get to leave all the time. Like that's the part that doesn't get. In the other shows, they got stuck in the house or the gym. This one, they're getting to go on vacation, like go cruise around.
I think it's pretty cool. I like seeing all the stuff they get to do. I mean, it's fun.
See the Aussies freak out because they see snow.
Yeah. That was great.
Because it's Canada.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
So Phil Davis is talking a little trash about John Jones, saying that he thinks that John Jones will pull out of his fight against Glover Teixeira, and then he says if he does, I will be ready.
That's a terrible idea for Davis.
Fight
Glover Teixeira.
I will take the Glover Teixeira fight for the interim championship bout.
Yeah, that's fine. You won't get it.
I don't think Jones will pull out. I don't think he'll get clearance for his foot.
John Jones says he can talk all he wants. It's his job to try and get a title shot. He figures he can stir up controversy and insult me enough that it will get him closer to the title shot. Maybe it's working. We'll definitely are talking about him more. Good for him, but my goal is to be the number 1 spot when he gets to me, and everything will take care of itself.
Do you think they would scrap the Davis-Johnson fight if Jones pulled out, though? But really, I guess who else is going to be able to fight at 205 for the... it's
right.
Weird. It's tough. Give it to Henderson.
Immediately move up their bout.
Immediately, yeah.
Muhammad Ali's now on Twitter.
God, why?
Like one of his first posts ever, he sent this over to Dana White, a picture of him fighting Inoki. Said, Dana White, do you think I'm the original MMA fighter? Dana White said, hey, you, sir, are the original everything. You're the reason combat sports is where it is today. Greatest tweet I've ever received. I'm honored. Also, I had no idea Muhammad Ali was on Twitter.
Yeah, I think Muhammad Ali doesn't even know that he's on Twitter.
No. I don't know how he operated the phone.
He didn't.
I would just like to say that I'm abstaining from this whole comic routine of this part. That's bad taste, making fun of Ali.
I just don't think that he's...
I make fun of everybody equally, so...
I'm not saying it's because Parkinson's. I'm saying it's because he's old.
You, sir, are being prejudiced by not treating everybody equally and making fun of everybody equally.
Now, if this was Michael J. Fox, would you have something to say?
I'm all over that.
So what, you want to make fun of him because he's black? That's racist. That's racist, man. How dare you?
I'm really scared of his daughter. That's the truth. Right?
You should be.
Yeah.
She's the one operating the Twitter, too. So.
Yeah. Literally.
Chris Weidman underwent his successful double knee surgery. So they say he's healing well. He got out of surgery on Tuesday.
Great. So when is he going to be ready to fight again?
He'll never be the same.
No, he won't.
No?
No. That's crazy. Double knee surgery. That's just wild to me.
Vladimir Matychenko says he's going to retire after his next bout against Joey Beltran in Bellator.
Good.
Regardless of what happens, he's ready to open his own gym and start training people.
Oh, he's not going to go back to being a janitor?
Well, I'm sure he is at his own gym.
At his own gym?
Custodian, dick.
Custodian.
Is it Vladimir the custodian, Matychenko?
He's the janitor.
I think it's the janitor.
Oh, okay.
Thank you
That's
very
his
much.
nickname.
So according to Vladimir Matychenko, you're a fucking janitor too.
Easy there, Dave Chappelle.
Head janitor. Okay.
Couldn't you tell by his lips?
Slam dunk.
So, not April Fools. This happened yesterday. Gina Carano was on the Arsenio Hall show, which I don't know how that is even still a show. How did he get his own show back?
She's
thought
so
he was in
pretty.
I
God,
thought
she's
he
so
was in
pretty.
prison or something for cocaine. I don't know.
I thought that was Wesley Snipes.
That was tax evasion.
Oh, okay.
God, you're racist.
Weren't they in the same movie? Oh, that's Eddie Murphy.
Gina Carano.
She says she's going to be talking to Dana White this week, she would love to come back.
So it's great that she got in her fucking DeLorean and went back to 1992 and went on the Arsenio Hall show to tell everybody this. Was she in there going,
I think they've moved on past that. It's like tweet. I don't know. They're trying to get with the times. Like,
trying to get with the times and tweeting on the audience. So she is actually meeting with Dana White.
She's meeting with Dana White.
That's cool.
She would like to get into an opportunity to possibly make a comeback.
She's going to be an Octagon girl. Watch.
Dude, this was all over Blogspot.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey is still in litigation with her management. Apparently, some more information came out. I'm still as confused as all hell. Apparently, they're saying that
I thought I just read yesterday that she was able to get released from her contract.
her contract has been ruled invalid.
Okay.
So, but only for fighting. They still,
I told you
they're still
there's-
allowed to represent her as an entertainment base. So all
Right.
these things like her movies, her commercials,
Oh, geez,
her
all right.
shot on Entourage, which just got leaked the other day. All these other things, they're still in control of, even though she was trying to get out of that contract with them. Apparently, she wants to do management.
because of the Actors Guild.
Yeah.
This is all because of the Actors Guild.
Okay.
But
SAG.
they will not have anything to do with her fight management because it's been ruled invalid.
Well, she's a manager then, you know.
Right, because fight management, they can say that the money came from here, it went from there. You're out of taxes here, you're out of taxes there. When you're in SAG, they're like, no, this is where your money came from. This is where you pay.
Right.
These are the people you pay. They set up your deal. You know, not like fighting where, no, I didn't do that. They weren't involved. You know, actors have to pay taxes. Apparently, fighters right? Isn't that what Diaz said?
That's what Diaz said.
No, he said he just has never paid his taxes.
You don't know nothing about that stuff, man.
No, he doesn't even know how to get a house that he apparently lives in. No one ever taught him how to do that, man.
I showed up, it was there.
He's still in his Honda Civic.
That's what's up.
He just commandeered somebody else's house.
Still rolling in his Honda Civic.
What? Eminent domain, bitch.
You can go over there. What is it? It's on the edge of Stockton. That has the largest foreclosure rate. Anybody? Nobody?
No.
Nobody knows what it
on
is.
the edge of Stockton?
Technically, it's in Stockton.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
South Stockton?
Yeah, it's part of South. Yeah, has the largest foreclosure rate in the United States.
Is it Lathrop?
You can just walk in and grab a house. Just sit down.
Yeah, squatting.
Yeah,
Just squat.
Yeah. No one's gonna tell you anything.
Yeah, if you can make it past midnight, it's yours.
It's like the Purge.
Yeah.
When the bell rings at 6 in the morning, it's still your house.
Holly Holm's management recently went with UFC. We talked about that and how they were unable to come to a deal because the management's an idiot and decided to talk about it all publicly.
Yeah.
But her coach, John Winklejohn, has said that they are trying now to possibly get her to fight.
It's Mike Winklejohn. If his name was John Winklejohn, that'd just be fucked up on his parents' part.
That's true. My bad.
You said it out loud, and I was like, what the fuck? I had to go find his name on
I
it.
turned and looked, and I was like, oh, wait, you're right. Now the ideas are floating around that they're going to try to possibly fight Chris Cyborg Justino, on pay-per-view.
For what, Invicta or UFC?
They have not said it all.
Okay.
For nobody.
Okay.
Right now, Holly Holm fights for Legacy FC, and she'll be fighting this Friday against Juliana Werner.
Okay. So we're just throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks here then.
Apparently, they're trying to still get back into negotiations with the UFC, saying that they hope to talk with them with a different spin, saying that they would like to possibly get her as a commentator for Fox because she's got a good look, she's got good marketability, she'd be a good broadcaster, she has...
I think they're going to try to use it to try to get the fans to push the fight. But if anybody's learned anything from this fan push for Diaz to get a fight, it's not going to work.
It's not, even though he got voted number one.
I know.
Did you see that when they asked who should fight for the title next?
Yeah.
It was like
79% said Diaz, even though all the other ones were listed at... Yeah.
I just don't understand the logic behind this Holly Holmes and Cyborg fight was simply like one fights for Legacy and one fights for Invicta.
And Lion fights.
But neither one of them has a contract with UFC because Tito Ortiz fucked that up when he got her signed up with Invicta.
No.
He didn't have the UFC inclusion.
But he's now waiting for calls back from Bellator.
Yeah, I was going to say he can't even get himself a fight right now.
That's true. He could even fight a homeless person.
I'm sure he could. I don't think he'd win.
No, the homeless would be like, nah, man, it's cool. You go ahead and take my change. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
You need it more than I do.
Now, if it's a homeless woman, we'll get Ken Shamrock.
That's true. Only at the Modesto Mall.
She looked like a dude.
Josh Berkman has asked for his release from World Series of Fighting, and he did so on Twitter.
What?
He says, I can't go on working anywhere else unless World Series of Fighting releases me. If so, we will start fresh somewhere else. He says, they did me wrong contractually, and I am asked to be released. Then it started this whole big Twitter war between...
Is this the first time we've heard somebody complain about World Series of Fighting contracts? No.
No.
Okay.
No, we actually had somebody in here talking about his World Series of Fighting
And,
contract.
but it sounds like he
might be getting a fight.
He might
and
be
at the
getting a
lower
fight.
weight class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Josh Berkman recently went on Twitter again. Then there was this whole quarrel between him and the vice president and matchmaker Ali Abdelaziz.
Bless you.
Yeah. So yeah, this goes through. He says, World Series of Fighting foreshadowing contracts should be honored at all times, not just when fighters are winning. Justice prevails. Basically, his story got picked up.
If any Margulies jumps on it.
Well, first we got Ali. Ali says, I gave Josh Berkman 5 fights in 16 months, more money than any other fighter we have. We've bent over backwards for him. Vinny Magalhaes jumps in. Josh Berkman, I don't blame you. Dealing with that Ali guy must be a pain in the ass, which sucks because Ray is such a great guy. Talking about Ray Sefo, the president. Then it goes back and forth. Josh Berkman says, I couldn't have said it better myself.
So obviously he wants to go over to Ray Sefo.
Yeah, they basically only want to deal with everybody's tired of dealing with this Ali guy, who used to be fighter management, by the way, and he had to drop the management company to come over and
Because of the conflict of interest.
because of the conflict of interest. He says,
But Zeffo is World Series of Fighting,
but
right?
the president, this guy is the matchmaker and vice president of the company, Ali. Ali, so Berkman, again, Vinny Magalhaes says, I know for a fact I had a contract in my hands, just needed to sign it. Dealing with him made me made the whole deal not worth. Ali says, I don't know why it's all this bashing all of a sudden about me and World Series of Fighting. It's all good. Vinny, you wanted 3 times more than UFC was paying you. I believe you're making 3 for 3 now. This is the truth. Vinny says, I was making 22 for 22. You wanted to pay me 6 for 6. F you.
Wow.
And then this got put up. This is Vinny Magalhaes allegedly messaging Al-Aziz saying, trying to put on a show on Twitter, say that to my face, you piece of shit. Pause. Exactly, you pussy.
Wow.
He posted that up on Twitter for everybody. Vinny says, what you said, well, it was photoshopped. I've never asked for 66. That's 3 times more. You do the math. It just goes.
Anyone handle business like business people anymore?
No, it's on Twitter now.
No.
This is like 12-year-olds on fucking
MySpace.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I remember that.
What do you expect when the
Ali Al-Aziz says, Vinny, the truth why we didn't sign you a World Series of Fighting when we offered you the same the UFC gave you because you just come off by a knockout by a 40-year-old.
It doesn't matter.
F you, man! You think you're Joe Silva? Nobody respects you. It's because you're a piece of shit wannabe.
He should have never responded. As unprofessional as it is for the fighter to bring it up, the promoter and the promotion should have never responded.
Are you kidding? Look at the guidelines that we have to follow here. Uncle Dana set the standard on how to act as a professional.
He doesn't act like this on Twitter to
But he
any
does
of his
respond.
fighters.
But he does respond, and they should respond.
Yeah, but not to his fighters.
No, listen to what
But
I'm
he does
saying.
to fans. He'll tell fans to fuck off on Twitter all the day long. I'll tell you what.
But that's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. He set the standard. He blazed the trail, and he is the most volatile company head I've ever seen on TV. So he essentially made it okay for all these guys. They see, oh, well, Dana White's an asshole. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and be an outspoken cussing asshole too. Now, granted, when Dana White does it, we laugh about it. We think Dana White, we think Uncle Dana's hilarious. Professional, probably not, but hilarious. And then all the copies of him, all these carbon copies that are coming out, they don't have the same kind of tact that Dana White does. So then it comes off like you said, like 5-year-olds fighting on MySpace, but that's why it's like this. That's why people act like this in the fight game, because Dana essentially made it okay with his way of acting.
And who started for Dana? Vince.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. But Vince was doing it as a show,
as a storyline,
right?
Whereas Dana's doing it for real,
right?
And yeah.
So we have some turmoil there. It's Vinny Magalhaes, Josh Berkman, World Series of Fighting. I don't know what's going to happen.
Josh Berkman's going to fight Vinny Magalhaes.
They don't. No. They're okay with each other. I think they need to fight this guy.
No, man, that's the smoke screen. You don't see what's really going on here.
Basically, they're upset. Josh Berkman fought this past weekend for a flat fee of $1,000, knocked out Tyler Stinson. World Series fighting then announced the new world welterweight champ Rousimar Polaris will be fighting John Fitch for their next title bout. Berkman began posting all these things above. He's basically upset.
Are we going to talk about Paul Harris's hold again?
Dude, Paul Harris's hold was fine.
I can't even believe that they brought it up again. I was like...
People just want to complain about nothing.
It's ridiculous.
Jesus didn't tap.
He let go as soon as the referee said, stop, he let go.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and even his opponent, who got up and was like, everything was cool. I don't think he held it long.
No,
why is everybody bitching? I'm not bitching. I
still
lost.
There was people bitching about it.
It's because it's Paul Harris.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. That's all we got for news today.
Good.
Wrap it up.
Any fights this weekend?
No.
Cool.
Take it back. Bellator.
Bellator tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so watch that. And is it 1:15?
Bellator 115.
Hey, is the trailer out for the new Expendables yet?
No. Other than them walking and whistling, no.
No, because there's one. I guess there's one on Captain America.
There is Captain America.
Damn it.
Oh, and look for the Ronda Rousey clip on Entourage. It's a pretty good one.
I'll watch that.
Okay.
She goes ape shit on Turtle.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
and Gina Carano's got a new movie coming out.
There you go. So yes, Chet Kong will be fighting for the heavyweight title tonight.
Really?
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, that's fun. So there you have it. That pretty much wraps up your news from the Ruloff Family Inc. studio. Bueller and Dodge split decision. Big thanks again to Fight Fans Radio Network. Make sure you check us out on their Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud accounts, as well as ours. Split Decision MMA is what you want to look up. Check out our official website, which is splitdecisionmma.com. Instagram and Twitter, SD_MMA. And then, of course, the Facebook, which is Split Decision MMA Podcast. Give us some love, because we love you. So until next time, have a good night, and we will see you at the fights.